Good morning, everyone. It's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. So today we are going to play around with the metallic textures again. So if you saw my video on Wednesday, then you just got a glimpse of some of the metallic textures that were in gold. So today we're going to play with the silver ones. And I have 4 different card ideas I want to share with you. And these cards actually feature some new products from the mini catalog. So we're going to be playing around with the Peace on Earth bundle. So it has a variety of different greetings. And then, of course, there's some coordinating dies here for the greetings, and then some really fun little dies to decorate your cards. So we're going to be using this particular bundle today. And then, of course, I'm using the designer paper that coordinates with this particular suite. So I think it's called Peaceful Garden designer paper, I believe. So anyways, we'll play around with this and I'll show you just some fun ways to use these little metallic textures in your card making. So good morning. Good morning, everyone. So these are the 4 cards that I'm going to walk you through today. And we're going to actually really focus on how to use these little metallic textures. They are actually found in the annual catalog. So they're easily missed too because I missed them. I missed them until I saw them just recently. So these are what they look like. So they come on a full sheet, and basically we're going to cut out the ones that we want to use. But they come in gold and silver. And so there's 2 sheets of each design. So I've already used one of the silver to create these cards, but then there's some gold ones here, and then there's some other designs in this particular pack. So they come kind of in a pack like this, and they're called metallic textures rub-ons. So they're little rub-on elements that you can use in your card making. All right, so let me move these out of the way, and we will start with our little metallic sheet here. So what I want to do is I just want to cut out um, the the images that I want to use on the cards. So I'm not going to use all the images, obviously, but we'll just cut out the ones that we're going to use, and then I'll show you how easy they are um, to put on your card. So we're going to cut out this one. And let's see, we're also going to use this one. And so these have like a little backing on them. And I'll show you that as we put the cards together. But did you guys see these in the annual catalog? I didn't see them. I didn't see them until just recently. So, but they are fun to play with, and you can use them for more than just card making. So let's put that on there. What else do I need? Let's see. I got to look here. We're going to go with this one. So this is probably the longest part of this whole video is going to be cutting these out. So let's see, we'll snip some of these off here. And then we're going to use this big wreath. So I think I have all the ones that I want to use. And then these are the leftover ones from that particular sheet, so I can use that for something else. But these are the main ones that I want to use for the cards I'm going to share today. So let's see. I can make some room here. All right, so we are going to start out with, I'm using Misty Moonlight cardstock for the base of all the cards that I'm sharing with you today. Now I just have to find the card I want to make. So we're going to make this card first. And so I need, where did it go? So I need this little piece here. And basically what we're going to do is just rub this on right onto our card base. So I'm going to add this over kind of on the right side. So you're just going to peel off this backing. And then you're going to take this piece and just put it where you want it. So we'll say right about there. And then you can use your finger to rub it on or a bone folder. And with these more detailed rub-ons, bone folder kind of works better, but we'll see. We'll see because there's a lot of little pieces in here that you want to rub off onto your card base. And you can usually tell, usually. So let's get this on the best we can. But a lot of times you don't have to use a bone folder. You can just use your finger to rub it on. It depends on how detailed it is. So let's see if we got all of the pieces. So far, it's looking okay. Sort of. Sort of. So as you peel it up, if there's pieces that you didn't push hard enough, which it looks like there isn't, and push hard enough on some of these, you can just go back and rub it back on. Let's see if we can give it a good push here. So these detailed ones, like I said, are just a little more difficult to get those little pieces out of there. Probably shouldn't have started with the most difficult one, right? It's looking pretty good. We're gonna go with it. All right, so that's the basic idea. You just rub it on, and then you have that nice little design, and then you could just decorate it any way you want to. So again, I'm just using the Peaceful Garden products from the Peaceful Garden suite. So that's what I'm using to create these cards. So we're going to start with a 1.5 by 4.5 inch piece. This is cloud cover. And then I'm just going to add a piece of designer paper, which is 1.5 by 4. So we're just going to overlap these. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh. And we'll overlap these two pieces. And then we'll just add this. So I tried to make the cards just very simple because I really wanted to just kind of focus on these little metallic texture designs here. So if you don't have this particular suite, you can use these layouts with whatever, supplies you have on hand. So that's that basic layout. And then we're just going to add some different pieces. So I'm going to just peel off. I have everything prepped, I hope, for us. I'm just going to peel off these little dimensional backings here. And then I'll show you how I put the rest of the card together. So let's put this up here. So we'll go right about there, I guess. And then I just stamped one of the greetings. This is just a 1/2 inch wide piece of white cardstock. And then I just stamped the greeting on it. This is actually Secret C is what I'm using. That's the darker blue here on this paper. And then I just snipped off the end. So I didn't really measure this per se. And we'll just actually go right about there, I guess. Well, maybe we'll go up a little further. Go right there. And then we'll just add our other little element down here. So I didn't add any additional things to this card, any other embellishments, just a very simple design that I really just wanted to kind of bring out that bling of the silver metallic texture. So that is the first card. Let me move this over. And then let's see, what do I have next? Let's try this one. And I have a bunch of different elements here. So let's put this together. Oh, wait, no, this is I got the wrong elements. Wrong one. This one is the one I want. Okay, there we go. So for this one, I just kind of built, I guess, like a little box to put the little stars in. So I have a piece of designer paper for the bottom, which is 1.5 by 4.25. Excuse me. So this is just going to go right on the bottom. We'll just run it the full width here, or length of the card. Move it up a little bit. So that'll go on first. And then I have two little pieces here that are um, 1/4 inch wide. So these are just cut out of cloud cover. And so this I just put right above this. Whoops, let's get it on there. Let's get it on the card. I'll get that extra glue off of there. And then what we're going to do is take these stars that we cut out, these little metallic stars, and we're going to just put these right up here. So let's peel this off. And we'll just put it right about here, I guess. Kind of right in the middle. And then again, this is another pretty detailed one. So you want to rub this on kind of each individual one. Hopefully I can get these on there. Not all of them have to be rubbed on like this, but the detailed ones do, because there's lots of little details in these little stars. And we got one more. I was thinking about these little rub-ons and how you could use them on, like, to decorate candles and all kinds of little things, treat boxes. You can use them on your cards, your scrapbook pages. Let's see, how did we do with this? Kind of the peel to reveal, I guess. I'm going to just hold it in place because I don't know if I got them all. Let's just rub this one down again. These little tiny stars. Let's see. I can't get it up. Looking good so far, maybe. Lost a little bit of this one. And I think we got it. Whew. So there we go. So there's our little stars. And then what I did is just cut another 1/4 inch piece of this cloud cover and just kind of put it above it, just to kind of frame these out, I guess, a little bit. It looked a little, I guess, a little naked up towards the top of this. So we'll just put this up here. And this is just a 1/4 inch by 4.25 inch. And so that just kind of framed this out kind of nice. And then we can just add our little elements. So I have my greeting, which I'm just putting down towards the bottom. I'm just popping that up. I'm just using the same greeting for all of these cards, I believe. And then I have my little bird, a little dove, a little bird. And then this one will just go right here. All right, so that is the second card. So just, I like these little elements. I like all that little bling on there. Just kind of adds some fun stuff to the card. So let's see, put that over there. And now let's try this one. This is the one I grabbed earlier. So for this one, we're going to use a couple elements. I'm going to use this wreath. And then I'm also going to use this long piece here. So let me move this out of the way. We're going to use this long piece, and this is going to go on the bottom of the card here. So I'm just going to peel this off, maybe. Peel off the backing, and then we're just going to, oops, I got some on the card. We're just going to line this up down towards the bottom here. So sometimes we just have to rub this on with our finger. So let's see if that works. Usually, let's get that one on there. And oh, and I lost my end piece, but don't worry. If you lose your end piece, you can actually put this back on and rub that on. So you guys get all the little tricks. There we go. All right, so that's what our one piece looks like. And now let's add our designer paper. So I have a piece, we'll add this first. So I think this is a 1 by 5.5 of cloud cover. So we'll just go and add this right above those little dots. And let's move that up a little bit. Okay. And then I have a 1 by 5-inch piece of pattern paper. And this is going to go right above here. And then I probably, oh, sorry guys. My dogs just heard somebody downstairs. And then this we're going to add right about here. So we could have waited with our pattern paper, but I think I can probably move this up far enough where we can just add right about there. So let's push this on. The dogs were sleeping until they heard something outside. So let's add this. So let's see how we did here. And we will peel this off. And there we go. So let's add our greeting. And the greeting's just going to go right over this. And then we'll just add our little dove. So I like the silver and the blue together. I just think it looks really elegant. And then you can add any other embellishments that you want, but that's the basic card design. It's got a lot of bling on this one. All right, so that is the third card. And then this last card idea, I decided to pull in the embossing folder that comes in this particular suite. So we have this really pretty embossing. But I have to share with you that as I was putting this card together, I realized, well, I started out a certain way with this card. So I'll show you as I put this together. So here is the embossed piece, and you'll notice that I have a splatter image in here because initially I wanted to, put together something with this splatter image. But then I realized having this splatter image with a bird probably is not a good idea, and I think you can figure out why. So we didn't go with the splatter image, so I'm going to cover that up. So as you're using these little metallic textures, pay attention to the other elements that you're going to add to your card so you don't create a weird scene like I would have created with the splatter. So we're just going to cover this splatter up with this particular uh, piece. So this is just a piece that I cut using the dies from the Piece on Earth set, but we're going to add these other elements here. So let me cut these apart. We're going to add a smaller splatter away from the bird. How's that? So we will add this on here. So let's add this. And there's that. And then we are going to use this little piece. And actually what I did is just added a little bit here and a little bit there. So I'm just going to lay this on here. And we're just going to add these four little pieces right here. You could cut this apart too if you wanted. And then we're going to take these other pieces and add them over here. So they won't go on to your project unless you apply pressure. So that's why I didn't cut these apart, but I could have. There we go. We'll just add those like that. Oh, well, this is silver. Yeah, someone said bird splatter is not usually gold, but this is silver. But either way, I didn't like how it looked. It gave me the wrong look that I was going for. So, all right, so let's put this on here, and then we're just going to add our additional pieces. So I just have this is just a 1 by 5 1/4 inch piece of pattern paper. So we'll just add this over this. And then we'll add our greeting and our little bird. So we'll add this and our little bird. And then we're good. All right, so this is the 4th card idea. All right. Let's see if we can tone down this light a little bit here so you can see that. So that is the 4th card idea. And like I said, you can add additional embellishments or whatever else you want to add to this, but I decided to just kind of stick with the little elements that I put on here and not add anything additional. So let's see if I can bring these back out so you can see them. So these are the 4 different cards. And so again, the products are from the Peaceful Garden Suite, but I just used the a few of the products from that Peaceful Garden Suite, not all of them. So the other thing that I did on Wednesday is I used the gold elements to create some cards. So I used a different product suite. So I'm just going to show you these in case you um, wanted to look at this suite as well. But this is the Traditions of Christmas suite. And I just used some different products from there. And I used, excuse me, the gold elements this time instead of the silver. So I just used the gold rub-ons, and then it coordinates really nicely with the gold that's in this particular pattern paper. So here's one of the cards. Let's put these over here. And here's a big swoosh that I used. It just kind of adds some really fun little texture and design to your cards. So now both of these product suites, both the Peaceful Garden and this Traditions of Christmas are both product suites that I'm using for my Christmas card making club. So if you haven't registered for the Christmas card making club this year, this gives you kind of a sneak peek of um, some of the cards. Now, these are not the actual cards that I'm doing in the club, but this is the suite of products that I'm using for the Christmas card making club. So each month, I'm choosing a new product suite or a new bundle of products to create 12 cards. So you make three of each of the four different designs. But I give you a total of 8 designs. So I give you some bonus ideas, some bonus ways to use these product suites and to create even more Christmas cards if you want to. You can participate in 1 month, 2 months, or all three. You can get all the details by clicking on the link that I have featured with the description in this video. I did extend the registration until tomorrow. So you have through Sunday to register, and then I have to close the registration so that I can make all of the Christmas card making packages. So, all right. So I thought I'd give you a sneak peek of these product suites. I really like these product suites, both the Peaceful Garden and the Traditions of Christmas, which is why I'm featuring them in my Christmas card making club. And I also just wanted to show you how to use these little metallic elements. I think they really dress up the cards nicely, and you can use them not just for Christmas cards, you can use them for any kind of cards that you decide to make. So I will get all these cards out for you on the blog later today with all the measurements of the designer paper and all the different layers that I have on here. So you can feel free to use those layouts with whatever supplies you have on hand. So, all right, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed these card ideas and are inspired to get creative today. Maybe try out these metallic texture elements if you haven't tried them. Um, and I hope you have a good rest of your day and a great week. And I will see you guys again next week. So take care, everybody.